Americans had access to the same types of services as those in urban areas. Then in 1983, through his vision and business acumen, Mr. Carlson led the acquisition team into the cellular telephone industry, and he founded TDS's wireless unit, U.S. Cellular Corporation. From these humble beginnings over 4 decades ago, TDS has grown into a Fortune 500 company, which provides wireless and wireline telephone and broadband services to approximately 7 million customers in 36 states. TDS has over $5.1 billion in operating revenues for the full year in 2011. TDS has been inspired by Mr. Carlson's belief in education. For example, all TDS employees are eligible for tuition reimbursement. TDS makes major donations to the business schools at Northwestern, University of Chicago, University of Wisconsin, and Harvard, among others. U.S. Cellular directly impacts local schools in its program entitled Calling All Communities. Through it, U.S. Cellular has awarded $3 million to 38 schools. It has affected more than 20,000 students since 2009. This year, 18 schools will share $1 million and will add to these totals. U.S. Cellular has associates who serve on the board of directors of community groups, such as Executive Vice President and Chief Human Resources Officer Jeff Childs, who serves on Junior Achievement of Chicago's board. And last year, U.S. Cellular sent volunteers to 4 schools in Chicago through Junior Achievement. Education has also been the theme of the Carlsons' personal giving. They have generously funded professorships, fellowships, and scholarships in Chicago and across the country. The Carlsons are most pleased that all 4 of their children are involved with TDS. Their eldest son, Leroy T. Carlson Jr., is president and CEO. Their son, Walter Carlson, is chairman of the board and partner at Sidley Austin LLP. Their 2 daughters, Prudence and Letitia Carlson, are directors. Now in his mid-90s, Mr. Carlson is the chairman emeritus and director emeritus of TDS. He participates in board meetings, keeps up with the industry, and spreads the gospel of a healthy diet and daily exercise, and keeps up with his 10 eager grandchildren. TDS's central mission to provide outstanding customer service began with the lessons Mr. Carlson learned as a 10-year-old child selling fruits and vegetables from a pushcart. His life embodies the American dream and amplifies the junior achievement spirit of entrepreneurship. He is truly a worthy Hall of Fame laureate. Although Mr. Carlson could not join us this evening, we are thrilled to have his son and TDS chairman accept this honor on his behalf. Please join me in welcoming Walter Carlson to the stage.
So as Sandy said, JA really trains people well. Megan was one tough act to follow. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Sandy. On behalf of Roy Carlson, I am delighted to accept the Laureate Award to the Chicago Business Hall of Fame. Roy would very much have liked to be here tonight, but at age 96, I think he is entitled to spend the evening at home with his wife of 67 years. I will do my best to bring Roy and his wisdom to life for you. Roy is truly the perfect embodiment of what this award is meant to recognize. He was born an entrepreneur, someone who loves people and loves business to his core. He is a founder, he is a builder, he is someone who inspires, and he's someone who brings out the best in everyone he meets. Most of you don't know Telephone and Data Systems, the company that he founded here in Chicago in 1969 when he was 53. Let me say just a few words about it that echo what Megan said. TDS and US Cellular provide telephone service, cellular telephone service, and broadband service in 36 of the United States. Together with US Cellular, TDS has 12,300 300 employees. TDS is a Fortune 500 company and has received numerous awards for its outstanding customer service. Its headquarters are right here in downtown Chicago. As you can see from the marvelous slides, Roy is a true son of Chicago. He was born on the South Side to Swedish immigrant parents. He went to public schools, attended junior college, then went on to the University of Chicago, and then the Harvard Business School. He was a teenager in the Depression and a young man during World War II. He lived the hardships of the Depression and knows the sacrifices of serving his country. He embodies the city of broad shoulders. Everything you have in life, you earn. Roy leads his life through some simple principles. Number one, so all you junior achievement people out there, start paying attention. You can't get out of your fingers what you don't have in your head. Roy is passionate about education and continuing to learn as much as you can. Number two, you must plan ahead and work your plan. Roy is a planner. Everything must be done for a purpose. Number three, you must work hard, but if you have chosen the path that is right for you, work will never be a grind. Instead, it will be filled with new opportunities and ideas. Number four, don't put off to tomorrow what you can do today. And even better, what you can do right now. Number five, your work must be of service and delight your customer. TDS was founded on and has thrived on the simple principle of giving the customer the best possible service at reasonable cost. Number six, your work is never done in isolation. Each person on the team plays their critical part and is integral to any success. Everyone shares the credit. At age 96, Roy remains one of the youngest and most youthful people I know. He is always looking to the future and not to the past. To Deb De Haas and Steve Kaiser, and to each of the past recipients of the Laureate Award, Roy sends his warmest congratulations to you and encourages you to keep up the good work. And more importantly, to each of the junior achievement students here tonight, Roy wishes each one of you great success. With a solid education as your foundation and a strong work ethic as your guide, you have great futures ahead of you. Roy thanks you for this honor and wishes you all the best. Thank you.
I was taking notes on that. Okay, you must plan ahead and work your plan. I mean, I think what's so wonderful about it is to hear the stories of such great inspirational people and figure out ways to take little bits and pieces of it into your own life. And I'm sure our young junior achievers are as well thinking about this and learning so much by hearing the stories of others. So it's so great to hear this, and probably even though you may know some of the people who are being awarded tonight, there are little bits of information that make you more proud and also more in awe of all the wonderful accomplishments. So thank you very much. Our next student speaker for the evening is Karina Santa Maria. We will introduce Deb De Haas. So let's bring Marina out here. Come over here. I wanted her out here with me while I was able to introduce her. She has a wonderful story to tell as well on her own right of her own accomplishments. She is a 12th grader at Young Women's Leadership Charter School. Karina is very involved with extracurricular activities as well as volunteering. She is a member of the Young Entrepreneurs Club with the University of Chicago, lead ambassador for the Chicago Youth Centers, and exercises a healthy lifestyle in clubs such as Girls in the Game and a wellness promoter at her school. In school, Karina's favorite subjects are AP Literature, Pre-Calculus, and physics, yes. She one day hopes to attend Wells College in New York, she said, that she felt really fit her needs. She also is striving toward her dream of working in the field of economics. Aside from Karina's professional aspirations, she plans to travel the world and explore cultures. I was speaking with her earlier, and she also, on her free time, mentors other students at her school and helps them with Spanish. She babysits on the weekend, so she's a young entrepreneur already. And I asked her about her favorite book, and she said it was The Glass Castle by Janet Wall. So let's listen to Karina. Thank you so much. She is going to introduce our next laureate. Let me move this for you.
Thank you, Kim. It is my pleasure this evening to introduce Ms. Deb De Haas. Deb is Vice Chairman, Central Region Managing Partner, and Inclusion Officer for Deloitte LLP. Deloitte provides audit, enterprise risk, tax, and financial advisory services to companies of all sizes in the Chicagoland region. Ms. De Haas' career spans over 30 years in Chicago. She is widely recognized as a business and civic leader and sponsor for the investment of women and minorities and an advocate for education, health and human services, and workforce development. She was raised near Pittsburgh and is the youngest of Bob and Mary Lou De Haas' 3 children. Deb's parents instilled in her and her siblings that they were fortunate and had much to give to others. She credits her mother with being a strong role model and for the inspiration for her commitment to improving Chicago's communities. After graduating from Duke University with a degree in accounting, Ms. De Haas had many options for her first job. She fell in love with Chicago because of its diverse business environment, culture, and civic opportunities and Midwestern values. She accepted a position with Arthur Anderson, where she met her husband, Dave Underwood. She and Dave were married in 1987 and recently celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary. At Anderson's, Ms. De Haas built a successful risk consulting practice before being admitted to the partnership in 1993. Along the way, she was fortunate to have many mentors who are instrumental in her success, including many of the leaders here tonight. Ms. De Haas later led Anderson's Chicago offices in the Central Region Assurance Practice before moving to Deloitte LLP in 2002. She currently serves as Vice Chairman and Central Region Managing Partner for Deloitte. Ms. De Haas leads the quality, client satisfaction, growth, marketplace, and human resource initiatives for 23 companies comprising 9,000 professionals. Deloitte is the largest Big Four organization in Chicago. She also was recently appointed Deloitte's Chief Inclusion Officer. In this role, she drives a strategy to continue to develop a diverse workforce and foster an inclusive environment where leaders thrive. Additionally, Ms. De Haas serves a number of Deloitte's most significant clients in Chicago area. She is a member of the Board of Directors of Deloitte LLP and is the U.S. foreign representative at the Canadian Board of Directors. Throughout her life, Ms. De Haas has been a tireless supporter of her communities, starting with her first fundraiser in her backyard at the age of 5. Every year, she participates in Deloitte's Impact Day, a day in when Deloitte's professionals donate their time and business skills to Chicago's nonprofits and schools. Ms. De Haas also has served in a number of leadership roles in Chicago's communities. She was the first woman board chair in the 108-year history of the Chicagoland Chamber of Commerce and is currently on the Chamber's nominating committee chair. A lifelong supporter of the United Way, Ms. De Haas has held a variety of leadership roles for the organization, including board chair, board vice chair, campaign chair, and Women's Leadership Council chair. She served on the Board of Directors and Development Committee for Chicago 2016 and is currently on the boards of World Business Chicago, the Executives Club of Chicago, the Museums of Science and Industry, and WTTW Channel 11. She serves on the Civic Committee of the Commercial Club of Chicago and the Board of Trustees of Northwestern University. In 2008, Ms. De Haas co-founded the Winnekas Family Partnership, which brought together a group of families to fund the development of a Learn Excel charter school to serve students on the West Side. Fortunately for Chicago students, Ms. De Haas supports many of our schools. I am a student at a Young Women's Leadership Charter School, and our school has benefited from Ms. De Haas' generosity and focuses on developing the next generation of women leaders. We will always be grateful to her and Deloitte for mentoring us and helping us prepare for our college careers. Ms. De Haas, you are an inspiration to all of us, and we really appreciate everything you and Deloitte have done to support us. Ms. De Haas' community involvement and philanthropic efforts have led to her recognition by numerous local and national organizations. She has received the 2010 City Year Chicago Rifles of Hope Award, the American Red Cross of Greater Chicago 2008 Heritage Award, and the Chicagoland Chamber of Commerce 2004 Daniel H. Birmingham Award. Ms. De Haas was named one of the 100 most powerful Chicagoans in 2012 by Chicago Magazine, as well as one of the 100 women making a difference 2011 by Today's Chicago Women. In addition to education, Ms. De Haas is passionate about her family. Her parents continue to live in her hometown near Pittsburgh. Her sister Bessie is a business and civic leader in Chicago. Both are big fans of Duke University Blue Devils basketball team. Ms. De Haas also has a brother, Dave, who is a vascular surgeon and lives in Oregon. Ms. De Haas lives in Winnetka with her husband Dave and her 3 teenage sons. The importance of family and tradition has been one of her core values since childhood. She and her husband have made it a priority to teach their children about the value of education, giving back to the community in which they live, and acting with honesty and integrity. She enjoys vacationing with her family and is a self-described soccer mom, supporting her boys' athletic careers in track and field, soccer, and baseball. I am honored to introduce one of Chicago's inspirational leaders and role models, Ms. Deb De Haas. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome.